Washington, D.C., the District of Communism, is absolutely on fire. Tomorrow morning, a massive monster gun control bill, gun control hearing at 10 a.m. in the House Judiciary Committee. It's Pelosi, it's Nadler. There's going to be lots of fireworks. I will be there. Welcome in, everyone. Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President of the American Firearms Association, alongside my colleague, Aaron Dorr. Let us know where you are watching from. Comment in the comment section, guys. Pound that like, pound that share button. I see guys. Tonight, we're giving you all the details that you need to know about this massive new gun control bill that has been filed in Congress. And guys, after you do everything we ask you to do tonight, make calls, send emails, et cetera, please join up with the American Firearms Association tonight, guys. Aaron, huge gun bill tomorrow. You have the bill number. Just break down that bill. Let everybody know what this thing is loaded up with. And we're going to go back and forth on this and discuss it, guys. Again, let us know where you're watching from. Aaron, the bill number is, go ahead and tell everybody.
This brand new bill, H.R. 7910. H.R. 7910. It was filed last night or this morning, one of the two, overnight. This is from Jerry Nadler from New York State. This is the big one they've been promising for the last 10 days since the Uvalde, Texas shooting. This bill covers almost every different thing you've been hearing about, both from us and from the radical left over the last week. It covers, at the very least, it covers the following 6 things. Number 1, it raises the age on when an American can buy an AR-15 or any similar semi-automatic firearm to 21. So if you're an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old, you can die for our country. You can get married, have a family, pay taxes, all that kind of crap, but you can't defend yourself with a modern firearm. Number 2, it bans or highly regulates 80% lower receivers. They call them ghost guns. And they're going to force you to put a serial number on every homemade firearm you have. These people hate the fact that we own guns that they can't track. And that's why they need that serial number. It's going to be a crime to have a homemade firearm. Number 3, permanent, secure storage. What does that mean? It means that basically, with almost no exceptions, if you have any kids in your home or may ever have a kid in your home, your gun has to be secured in a gun safe with a cable lock 24/7. And if you dare have that firearm accessible, you're going to be facing felony charges. I mean, I got a 16-year-old son, and he's a better shot than most adults. The idea that I'm going to be a criminal for letting my 17-year-old have access to my Glock 9 is asinine. Number 4, it regulates bump stocks the same as machine guns. As we've heard, Patrick, these people are concerned that they're going to see this bill, the EO on this, be overturned by the courts, and they're moving right now to make it a crime in law. Finally, it bans the sale of all magazines that holds over 10 rounds capacity. And it has a whole big section on new definition of straw sales. It is terrible stuff.
Yeah, Aaron, I mean, it is loaded to the hilt. The fights that we are seeing right now and the attacks that we are taking, yes, folks, we are on defense right now 90% of the time. Yes, we need to be pushing back everywhere we can, but we have got to stop this full-on assault that is coming at our Second Amendment rights. Tomorrow, it's Pelosi and Nadler. Next week, it'll be Pelosi again with red flag gun confiscation. If you've yet to sign your petition, guys, the petition is right down below at stopredflags.com, stopredflags.com. If you send your email, comment sent in the comment section, guys, and let us know that you've done it. By doing that, you're going to encourage others to send theirs as well. Let's not forget, we have Lindsey Graham and Dick Blumenthal from Connecticut. They're working on a red flag confiscation bill in the Senate. We've got A-plus rated, NRA A-rated, A-plus rated John Cornyn from Texas is working with, Chris Murphy from Connecticut, as well as Kirsten Sinema from Arizona and Tom Tillis of North Carolina to work on a framework gun control bill over in the Senate, guys. But wait, there's more. It's like the infomercial, guys. But wait, there's more. A few hours ago, Nancy Pelosi said, no, this isn't the first gun control hearing. We're going to have more. And the next one that comes up is the so-called assault weapons ban. She's on record as saying this, and we have been warning of this. We have been warning of this for weeks now. We call it kamikaze gun control. The Democrats in the House are going all in, hoping that they can get everything passed, get it sent over to the Senate. Something happened nationally, like we've seen the last couple of weeks, and then they ram it down our throats, guys. Let us know where you are watching from. Represent. I am in the District of Communism, Washington, D.C. Aaron is in his office somewhere in the country, guys. Join up at joinafa.org. Aaron, talk about the grassroots pressure that we are seeing through our channels right now, through our organization, just tens and tens of thousands of people, the power that that has with the calls, with the emails, and really talk about anything else you want to talk about that you think people are going to be interested in.
I just want to restate what you said, Patrick. These hits are coming from all sides now, guys, and this is not on accident. This is called the chaos theory, and their whole goal here right now in the House is to hit us from the left, the right, top, bottom, front, and back. So we have H.R. 7910, committee action tomorrow. We have a vote on red flag gun seizures on the books coming for next week. We have Senate Republicans making deals right now with Chris Murphy. It's all happening at one time. And what we're not seeing is the NRA out there saying you will not pass a red flag gun seizure law. If you try and do that, we will torch you at election time. They're not saying it because they don't have a problem with what they call modified red flag laws. So, folks, this is all hands on deck. This is not a drill. This is an absolute crisis. And now is your time to get involved in this fight. We have the link right down there tonight, stopredflags.com. You guys have already done that. Many of you have. There's two links there, though. The second one opposes this brand new bill from tonight. The link is right there in the comments above this broadcast. Get in there and make your voice heard and fire off that email as well, because what's happening right now is AFA members are flooding Congress with calls and emails, and what that's doing is it's making all these Republicans, all these rhinos, or the ones who are trying to decide how rhino they want to be, they're trying to gauge the resolve of gun owners. And if they don't hear from an onslaught of gun owners from their states, from their districts, they're going to think, we can probably get away with this. I mean, others are. Senate Republicans are. Maybe we can too. So your voice is critical right now.
Yeah, we're seeing it in the comments, Aaron. And if you get a chance, you might want to put some of these comments up. The NRA is corrupt. NRA sucks. The NRA won't do anything for us. That is absolutely true. They are the most influential gun control organization over the last 9 decades, 90 years in this country. Have you heard them say one thing about the gun control that is being rammed down our throat? No. It's organizations like ours who are leading the fight, and that is why we want y'all, if I said it last night, burn it and churn it, burn it and shred it, get rid of that NRA membership, and come on over to the American Firearms Association, guys, at joinafa.org. We're going to do roll call here in just a second, guys. We call this roll call, AFA roll call here on the AFA Live podcast, guys. We're going to read off some of the new member names, where you are from. Once again, if you're just now joining us, guys, huge gun control hearing tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the Rayburn House office building in Washington, D.C. I will be there, and hopefully we'll be speaking with a number of our legislative allies on Capitol Hill, guys. But right now, head on over to joinafa.org. And Aaron, throw up that picture here in just a second of the membership T-shirt and all that stuff. And I'm going to read off some of the names here, guys. We've got Doug from Troy, Ohio is in. Leave that up for just a second, maybe 5 or 6 seconds. We've got Raul in Belton, Texas has chipped in. We've got Mike in Canton, Ohio. Starla in Shingle Springs, California is in. Christopher in Oxford, Wisconsin. Raymond in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. David, Westerville, Ohio. Randy, Norton Shores, Michigan. John, Narvon, Pennsylvania. Walter, Mount Pleasant, Michigan. William, Norwalk, Connecticut. Come on in, join up with the American Firearms Association tonight at joinafa.org. Aaron, we saw it over the weekend, and there's so much. They are coming at us. I said, like in our email this morning, there were 3 angles. There's like 10 angles that they're coming at us at.
Well, that was true 8 hours ago. A lot's happened in the last couple of hours.
Things are changing so quickly. And I want you to talk about this, Aaron. Kamala Harris over the weekend, assault weapons ban. Nancy Pelosi today, assault weapons ban. So, Aaron, talk about what that legislation would look like. Talk about grandfathering and all sorts of stuff.
Sure.
And I'm going to look up that article right now about Pelosi, and I'm going to read it off here for our members here when you're done.
Well, I'm sending it to you right now, just so you got it handy. But guys, this is not a Democrat only threat. In the last couple of days, we've seen Republicans like Chris Jacobs from New York State, Western New York. You've seen your friend from Illinois. Help me here.
Red flag Rodney Davis.
Kinzinger
come out
today saying he'd back an AR-15 ban. So they're assembling bipartisan support on this bill in the House that would make it a crime to buy an AR-15 or just to be clear on this, any one of over 200 separate similar firearms. And they list them off by name. It's 20 pages of different firearms that we would not be able to buy. That's what the bill would do. And they're very tricky on this. They put right in there a grandfather clause. And I know what this is. Their goal here is to get Americans to say, well, you know what? I already got mine. And probably everyone watching it, we have thousands watching right now across the country. Probably everybody here already does have theirs. But that's not the point. The whole point here is that if they make it a crime to buy an AR-15 ever again, then the only ones that we can have are the ones that are in circulation today. And your son, your daughter, your granddaughter, your grandson, your great-great-grandkids who are counting on you, who are counting on us to hold the line right now, they're going to be the ones who pay for our laziness. They're the ones who are going to pay for us sitting back on our ass, doing nothing when both parties came after our gun rights. So that is the bill. It's S-736 and the House version. I forget the number of that bill, Patrick, but that bill is coming, and Pelosi's promising action on this very, very quickly.
Right. So let's get it straight, guys. If you're just now joining us, massive gun control hearing coming in Washington, D.C. Let us know where you are watching from. Tens and tens and tens of thousands of y'all are sending your emails, making your calls, keeping the heat on Capitol Hill tomorrow in the Rayburn House office building at 10 a.m. A massive gun control hearing is coming up. And then, as Aaron just said, soon thereafter, we're expecting a hearing on so-called assault weapons ban, a.k.a. any firearm that looks scary. And then early next week, we are anticipating a red flag vote in the House. Let me read this story to y'all real quick about Nancy Pelosi. And while you're at it, guys, join up at joinafa.org. That is joinafa.org. Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Wednesday that House Democrats will soon consider legislation banning military-style assault weapons, marking the most aggressive response from Congress to date. House Democratic leaders have already scheduled a vote next week on so-called red flag legislation. And the House Judiciary Committee is meeting an emergency session on Thursday to mark up a slate of 8 gun control bills, including proposals to ban so-called high-capacity magazines. That's 10 rounds or more. Quote, Nancy Pelosi. And then as we get through those, we will be having a hearing and markup on the assault weapons ban. So we are just trying to hit every possible way. That is literally from Aaron has it up there, literally from the horse's mouth, literally from her mouth, what they want to ram down your throat. They want to make us all criminals. They want to screw all of us. Now is the time, guys. If you're not yet involved in the fight, what are you waiting on? The NRA is not fighting for you. They're not. Are you getting emails daily? Are you getting texts daily? Are you getting social media daily from the NRA? No, you're not. Okay. The American Firearms Association is fighting for you every single day. We are mobilizing our members and supporters all across the country and pounding Capitol Hill with calls and emails, guys. Once again, join up if you've yet to do so at joinafa.org. By joining, you get your official membership t-shirt, your official membership decal. You're going to get the instant email alerts. You're going to get our email newsletters and direct mail newsletters as well, guys. Access to our social media channels, and on and on and on. We want y'all on your team. Chris there says the NRA has turned their backs on us. Couldn't have said it better, my friend. Aaron, over the weekend, or just, I don't even know if it was over the weekend, maybe on our Memorial Day, we have this guy, Justin Trudeau, up in Canada, literally doing, this is like the dream of the left in America. Yeah. And here is Trudeau standing there in some weird blackened room with a bunch of weird, like, government robots behind him with masks on, and just going after gun owners in Canada. They are telling us what they want to do. I mean, you know, what are your thoughts on that, Aaron?
Well, that's why look, this is the only country left. This is the only country left where we, the people, have a God-given and constitutionally guaranteed right to keep and bear arms. That's why they're coming so damn hard. Look around the globe. Look at Canada. Look at Australia. All over the world right now, whatever guns they had are being taken away. Trudeau says they're going to ban handguns, a temporary freeze on buying handguns. Yeah, how temporary is that going to be? A temporary freeze on your right to defend yourself, taking away all your guns. And this is what the globalist bastards want to do here in America. This is their goal. I mean, these people, when they fly out to Davos and all over for the G7 summit, all these international hobnobbers, these American congressmen and senators and White House staff, they're ashamed. They're embarrassed that we have guns in this country. And they have all these globalist slime balls mocking them, how you guys have all these firearms. We're the last country on earth. And our own government hates the fact that we're armed. Our own government wants to disarm us. Our own government wants to do to us what Trudeau is doing in Canada, what every other country on earth has done. They have effectively outlawed the right of self-defense. They have made it impossible to buy any firearms that are worth a damn. And that is exactly what Pelosi and Biden and Schumer want to do. I mean, Pelosi's what, 900 years old? I mean, she doesn't have a lot of time left. This is their goal. This is Schumer's goal. This is Biden's goal. This is Pelosi's goal before they're dead. And I'm not advocating violence for the FBI who's watching our video. Before God calls them, well, not home, they want to know they did their part to disarm this country and turn us into the next Canada. And that is what they're going to do with these bills. Pelosi is saying it very clearly. This is just the first. So tomorrow is the first committee action on this bill on HR 7910. And we're probably going to see a vote that we're being told by our sources on Capitol Hill on red flag gun seizures next week. That's HR 2377. We have links for all of these on our video right now. And you guys need to make your voice heard and take action right away, because these threats are not going to stop coming. They're not going to stop.
Yeah, guys, and I want to take a second here to do another roll call, because I want to try to get everybody's name and who's joining in tonight. Dozens, and I can't read everybody, but I'm trying to. We got dozens and dozens of new members, guys, at joinafa.org. Aaron, if you want to throw the T-shirt back up there again, let me read off some of these. Dallas in Grovetown, Georgia is in. Thank you, Dallas. Thomas in Madison, Georgia has chipped in. Thank you, my friend. Michael in Zanesville, Ohio. Gary has joined. Phoenix City, Alabama. Thanks, Gary. Brian in Billings, Missouri is in. William in Richlands, Virginia is in. Randy joined from Chicago, Illinois at the $75 level. Appreciate you, my friend, Randy, for coming in. Billy is in Crane, Missouri as well, has just joined up with the American Firearms Association at joinafa.org. Guys, if you're just joining us late, we've been on here for about 20 minutes. I'm Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President of the American Firearms Association here in Washington, D.C., the District of Communism.
Corruption.
Aaron is, the District of Corruption, whatever you want to call it. Aaron is a district of cocaine. Maybe we should call that. Aaron is working from his office studio as well, guys. Let us know where you are watching from.
Well, I see a lot of people getting checking in right now from Missouri. You mentioned a lot of Missouri names. Missouri is one of those battlegrounds. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be. But Missouri, like Pennsylvania, like Ohio, is becoming a battleground in this fight because you got retiring Republican senators in these states. Everyone in Missouri knows that Roy Blunt is a complete piece of trash. Everyone in Ohio knows that Rob Portman, same thing. Everybody in Pennsylvania remembers what Pat Toomey almost screwed us with Joe Manchin back in 2013. We have 5 Republican senators who are retiring. None of them are good on guns. None are at least strong on guns. And, we mentioned the math on this earlier on the phone, Patrick. They need 60 votes, 60 votes to move a bill in the Senate. They've got 50 right now.
Right.
They've got 50 right now. They've got 5 more Republicans who are currently in negotiations with Chris Murphy on gun control. You got Romney. You got Tom Tillis. I'm going to need help here, Patrick. Romney and Tillis.
Yeah, you got Romney, you got Tillis, you have Rob Portman in Ohio, who we're just listing off people who could go bad quickly. We're not as safe as we think here. You got Toomey in Pennsylvania. You got Rick Scott, who passed red flags as governor in Florida. You got Marco Rubio, who's got his own red flag bill down in Florida. You have Lisa Murkowski in Alaska. Susan Collins in Maine, John Cornyn in Texas. Yeah,
exactly. I should have been more prepared. Here's the exact list, right? 50 Democrats, they need 60. You've got 5 who are in negotiations right now: Romney, Graham, Tillis, Cornyn, and Collins. So if they're all on board in a compromise, that's 55, which means that Schumer needs 5 more. And guess what? You've got 5 Republicans in the Senate who are retiring. You've got Toomey, Portman, Blunt, Shelby, and Burr. They have nothing left to lose. And so if anybody watching right now thinks, especially with the NRA being totally silent on this, if you think that they cannot possibly find 60 votes, that's a mistake. They have the math. It's on the whiteboard. The question right now is, who can they browbeat? Who can they muscle? Who can they cajole to get to 60? And folks, if they get to 60, it's all over. It's all over.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy. I'm just perusing their page right now. Granted, I'm not on their email list. I think they took me off or blocked me, the NRA. But guys, there's nothing. There's nothing about this gun control hearing tomorrow. And here is what they're doing at the NRA. In the NRA ILA, Institute for Legislative Action, they're around the boardroom or they're around the Zoom room or whatever they call it. And they're saying, okay, what's happening here? We get it. The House is crazy. It's kamikaze. They're coming after us. But the Senate, where we feel like our back is against the wall, where can we say absolutely hell no? And where can we say, okay, that sounds reasonable. Yeah. And Wayne LaPierre sounds reasonable and can go on Meet the Depressed and on CBS Save the Nation with Bob Schaefer or whoever the hell hosts these things. And that is their calculation. That is my mouth to your ears. That is what they do. We don't do that. We don't do that. Alan Gottlieb at the Second Amendment Foundation, he does that. He did that in 2013 when he tried to support the Toomey Manchin expanded federal background check bill, guys, or national gun registration. No, 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 no. Joe Biden is in deep doo-doo. The Democrats are in horrific doo-doo. We cannot let them get what they want here. And number one, it's bad policy. Number two, we know it won't save anybody. And number three, it's just a blatant power grab. No Republicans in the House. We get Kinzinger. We get people like Red Flag Dan Crenshaw and this Chris Jacobs up in New York. And there's a bunch of other rhinos in the House. They're probably going to vote wrong on some stuff. Okay, well, they're pieces of crap. But all the other Republicans, McCarthy, you better hold these people together. Has anybody heard Kevin McCarthy fighting this gun control on TV? Have you heard him, Aaron? Have you heard?
No, I get his emails. I get all of his copy. He's said nothing about it. And I want to mention just a little bit here about you mentioned the NRA and their boardroom. I want to tell people, kind of show people how this works in real life, right? This is their calculation. This has been going on for over a decade. A mass shooting happens, and the NRA's playbook is as predictable as you could possibly imagine. Number one, they go completely dark. Nothing on social media, nothing on email. They go completely dark. Maybe they do a one-paragraph, statement condemning violent crime, but that's it. They go dark, number one. Number two, they hope that time will dissipate these things. And number three, when that doesn't work, and it hasn't worked for a long time, their next option, and ours always is, go for the throat.
Yeah.
Pound Congress with calls and emails and pressure. Push back hard. No. Their number three option is always, what can we give them to make this go away? It's always their playbook. What can we concede to make this go away? That's how we got the NICS system, for heaven's sakes, back in the 90s. We got that because of the NRA. But much more recently, after Las Vegas, that's how we got the damn bump stock ban.
Yes.
The NRA said, we don't need these. We can give them up. We can give them away. After all, how many people actually have one? Who really cares about a bump stock? We'll just give it away. And they did. And then 2018 again, later on that fall, after the next public shooting, the big mass shooting, they said, you know what? We can give them fine sign and coordinates, fixed NICS. After all, no one wants to have a crazy person carrying a firearm, right? And they'll say, well, we'll give them this. And then after the Parkland shooting, what do you have? Well, we'll give them red flag gun seizures. And the NRA did. We've broadcast that video here every day for the last couple of days with Chris Cox. We won't do it again tonight. They always go to step number three: give the radical left something. Give them something. Make this problem go away. And folks, we're at a point right now where there's not much left to give. That's what we're seeing right here today. Raising the age on when you can buy a firearm, taking away 30-round magazines. Redefining what a straw purchase is. What else do we have in this bill here tonight, Patrick? Banning homemade firearms, permanent secure storage laws. There's not anything left to give. There was never anything there to give.
Yeah,
they never had the right.
Aaron, I know you would
left any of our freedoms, and by God, we will not be a party to that here at AFA, guys. That is their calculation. It is dead wrong, and that's why we're in the fight of our lives right now in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, Aaron, you're fired up, and I know you would hit this point, but you're missing this point. Look, I voted for President Trump twice. I'd probably vote for him again. Most likely would. But he worked with the NRA to do fixed NICS. He worked with the NRA to do bump stocks bans. He said, take the guns and then ask questions later. And we were tough as hell on him for that. Doesn't mean we don't like him. We don't like the way he fights. That doesn't mean we don't like the way he fights. We do like the way he fights. In fact, he's been an inspiration to a lot of people in our movement. That being said, I see the NRA right now. The only thing they have on their Facebook page is President Trump's a member. Like, okay, great. But what are you doing now? Nothing. And that is why people ask us all the time, why the NRA? No, the NRA, we exist because the NRA is selling gun owners out. And the trick is over, folks. Yeah, they bring in a lot of money. Yeah, they have a big 10-story gold-plated glass front building out in Waples Way, Virginia, or whatever the hell it is. But the fact is that the people who are going to win this fight are you. It's not Wayne LaPierre. It's not, I forget their lobbyist on Capitol Hill, whatever his name is, in the big suit, pinstripe suit. They're not going to win it. They're going to screw you. The only way we win it is tens and tens and tens of thousands of emails and calls, hundreds of thousands or millions. There's a lot of people doing it. Getting in the fight. Yes, we need resources. There's no doubt about it. Join up at joinafa.org. Over the weekend, we saw text messages from Moms Demand Action. Michael Bloomberg is triple matching any contribution. Yeah. So somebody gives 100, he gives 300. Somebody gives 1,000, he gives 3,000. Billionaire. Okay, billionaire. There's my man Ray from up in Northwest Georgia. Good to see you again tonight, Ray. But join up, guys, and join up at joinafa.org. Guys, y'all are pouring in by the scores here, honestly. And you're coming in hot. We're going to do one more roll call before we head out tonight. Aaron, why don't you recap what's been going on, guys? And while Aaron's recapping, guys, if you haven't done it yet, make your calls, 202-224-3121 tomorrow morning. Send your emails at stopredflags.org or is it .com? I think it's .com. and then join up at joinafa.org. Aaron, recap what is going on tomorrow for everybody who's just now come on.
Hey, guys, the breaking news tonight is H.R. 7910 was filed overnight in Washington, D.C. This is Jerry Nadler's bill that he's filing on orders from Nancy Pelosi. This bill will be in committee tomorrow, Judiciary Committee in the House, and it does at least 6 different things. It raises the age when you can buy a firearm to 21, or at least certain types of firearms to 21. So, and I don't want to breeze over that. I mean, when the hell did it become, the law that you have to be 21 to own a firearm? That's their goal. You can enlist in the military, you can fight and die for your country, but when you come home on leave and you want to have a Glock 9 in your holster, that'd be a crime, according to certain parts of this bill. Number one, raising the age. Number two, it bans homemade firearms. Everybody who has a homemade firearm, 80% lower, would have to have that firearm serialized, because Pelosi and Biden, Merrick Garland, the ATF, they can't track what they can't find. That's why they hate homemade firearms. They're going to have this massive new secure storage requirement. Basically, if you've ever had a kid in your home, if you may ever have a kid in your home for a visit, your guns have to be securely stored at all times. Gun safe, cable lock. Folks, they have to be inaccessible at all times. Everyone, hey, when you get a chance, folks, we hang up tonight, Google this after we hang up. The Merced, California pitchfork murders. Merced, California pitchfork murders. And you're going to read what happens to innocent children, 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, when mom and dad are forced to comply or agree to comply with tyranny like this. This family was slaughtered by a madman with a pitchfork because the daughter, who was trained to shoot dad's handgun, couldn't find the key to the damn cable lock, and her siblings were murdered with a pitchfork. Look it up. Number 4, I lost my count here. They're going to regulate all bump stocks as machine guns, folks. So if you've got one right now, their concern is the Supreme Court may someday invalidate the executive order that bans the use of a bump stock. And they want to make sure it's in code now going forward. And finally, they're going to ban the purchase, sale of all magazines that hold over 10 rounds capacity. That's all coming up tomorrow on this bill. Sub 281 says, man, you got to calm down. Man, I'm sorry, man. We're in the fight of our lives here. There's nothing calm about this. This is bad stuff. It's a red alert. It's happening tomorrow. And we haven't even talked yet again about the red flag bill that's coming, HR 2377, and the AW ban that Pelosi promised action on. This current session of Congress, it's all coming, but it begins tomorrow with the committee vote on HR 7910. Patrick, you're going to be there, and we're going to see. I mean, I hope that we're going to have a party line vote. I hope that all the Republicans vote no on this. There's a lot of good guys. You got Gates in that committee. You've got Jordan, I believe, on the committee. You've got Massey on the committee. So a lot of guys will be there to fight against it.
Yeah, Gomer. I think Chip Roy's on it. A bunch of the
best guys are there. But we're going to wait and see. The Republicans are collapsing right now, especially in the Senate. So we're going to see what's going on. I love Big Tire's comment. Want calm? Join the NRA. I like the fight in these guys. Thank you, Big Tire Thunderbird. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Patrick, what else we got?
Well, some of the Democrats, Sheila Jackson Lee, Crazy Sheila, will be on the committee tomorrow. Of course, we have Nads Nadler will be on here as well. The Penguin, Hakeem Jeffries, who is the potential successor to Nancy Pelosi. Eric Swalwell, everybody knows China 11 Swalwell. Jamie Raskin, the guy who led the impeachment effort of President Trump in the House. Ted Lieu, disgusting California Democrat. Mary, it's just a who's who of disgusting people. Mary Gay Scanlon, Lucy McBath from Georgia, of course. This is her only issue. And some of these other losers. Cori Bush is on this committee as well. On the Republican side, Jim Jordan, some good people. Louis Gohmert, Gates will be on there. Buck is generally okay. Andy Biggs should do pretty well. Greg Steube is a co-sponsor of a bill that we're supporting, which is the National Stand Your Ground Act, introduced by Congressman Gates. Thomas Massey is on. Chip Roy is on. Pretty good guys. Dan Bishop is good. Victoria Sparks from Indiana. I'd worry about her. Michelle Fishbach from Minnesota, Republican. I'd worry about her.
Yeah, you should.
You know, Burgess Owens, these guys are just, I don't know. I mean, they're just do-nothings. Steve Chabot from Ohio, Daryl Issa. I mean, everybody should stay together on this, but you have to be worried about what is happening tomorrow in the Congress, guys. I want to do one more roll call here tonight because I know a lot of y'all are asking and joining up tonight. We have Stephen in Fairmont, Minnesota is in as a member. We have William in Saratoga Springs, New York has chipped in. Garrick in Appleton, Wisconsin has chipped in at the $75 membership level. Jacob is in Colorado Springs at $35. Leslie has chipped in. Thank you, Leslie, from Madison, Georgia. Jeremy from Coopersburg, Pennsylvania is in. Michael, Zanesville, Ohio is in. Roger, Denver, Colorado is in. Gary in Columbus, Ohio is the newest member of the American Firearms Association. Guys, I could keep going. Join up tonight at joinafa.org. We will be with y'all. Either myself or Aaron or Chris or somebody will be on with y'all tomorrow, probably in the middle of the day during the hearing. Tomorrow night is probably another good time to be looking for us, guys. Look for action emails. We're going to have one out for you in the morning asking you to take action and just pound that committee and pound the Republicans on this issue, guys. It's been a great show tonight. Thank you for all of the new members. We still have work to do yet tonight in preparation for tomorrow, guys. Again, I'm Patrick Parsons with the American Firearms Association alongside Aaron Dorr, guys. Sign your petitions. Hey, one more thing. Write this number down, guys. Tomorrow morning, I want you to call tomorrow morning, 202-224-3121. Call your congressman, call your senators, tell them hell no to gun control. Okay, guys, get in the fight. Join up at joinafa.org. Chris says, what do you think will be proposed tomorrow? Chris, go back and watch, my man. Check our emails. Check our social media pages. It's a lot. It's a lot, and we need to get on and get back to work here. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Aaron, do you have any other parting words here for the folks still watching?
No, watch social media from us tomorrow. Watch email from us tomorrow. Watch videos from us tomorrow. A big day on Capitol Hill tomorrow. We're going to have Patrick there live all day. Much more to come tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the GOP holds together or does not hold together. Whatever happens, never forget the real battle is already being waged behind closed doors in the Senate. And so we're watching both chambers. It's going to be a really bad hearing tomorrow, I'm sure. We'll see what happens in that chamber. But the real pressure, guys, as always, on the Senate. Keep that pressure on big time. Much more to come tomorrow, guys. And again, that phone number, one last time, people are asking. The number is 202-224-3121.
Write it down.
I run out of my hand, but my daughter's watching, and she gets so mad when I put my when I have any ink on my hand. She's like, "Dad, what are you doing?" she balls me out, man. 202-224-3121. Make your calls tomorrow, guys. Make sure it happens right away. We'll keep you informed. And guys, keep that pressure on. JoinAFA.org, and we'll be in